What is an unattractive man? I'm speaking generalizations. It's a wimpy kid. A nice guy. A person who doesn't have balls, essentially. A person who's too feminine. And I want to elaborate on this with a study. So, in this study, there were pictures taken of different men. And what happened was, there were two groups of only women and other men. So there's men in the pictures and then men in like this study group, and women in the study group. And so what happened was, the researchers asked the women and the men to rate the pictured men on a different scale. So they asked the women to rate the men on how attractive they are. And then they asked the men to rate the men in the pictures of how dominant or dangerous the men in the pictures are. And so the researchers wanted to see which group could accurately predict which men had the most success with women, essentially. And so what the results showed was that the women were incorrect. The men who were dignified as attractive by the women did not have the most success. Rather, the men who were rated the most dominant or dangerous by the other men were the most successive. And so what does this show? For one, women really don't know what makes an attractive man. But that's kind of beside the point. And two, dominance and dangerousness are attractive. So from this, what can you do? Well, for one, enhance your dominance. Well, how do you do this? For one, the crucial thing that everyone says, be more confident. Be more confident. Just be more confident. It's the most simple way to be more dominant. But it's hard. It's hard. Another is to take more risks. Be willing to be hurt. Be willing to expose yourself. Be willing to be humiliated. Take the risk. Number 3 is to lead. Be the first. It kind of relates to taking risks, because being a leader is taking a risk. It means that you are ready to accept when you've made a mistake as the leader. You're ready to take the blame from all the people that you're leading. By leading, you lead conversations. You lead movements. Where the group goes. You lead by commanding others. And of course there's more. Another is to take up more space. Like basically manspread. And there's always the possibility that someone's going to be like, oh, you're manspreading. But that's taking a risk. You're taking a risk. Someone might call you out on it. But someone may not. And you might say, well, if someone's going to call me out, what's the point of doing it? Well, for one, you appear more dominant. Because you're willing to take the risk. That's for one. And you appear more dominant because you're just taking up more space. It's like you're the king of this mini kingdom, essentially. And that is attractive. Another is to be assertive. You don't want to be aggressive. Aggressive is too much. But you want to be assertive. You want to be confident in yourself, basically. And tying into this, you want to speak less and listen more. You want to speak your piece, but then spend most of the time in the conversation listening. And this also goes back to leading the conversation. You lead the conversation by leading others and then having them talk. You are asking the questions. You are leading the conversation somewhere. And then you are listening. So you're speaking less and listening more. So out of all of this, to be more attractive, be dominant. Be a little bit dangerous. Dominance is an extremely attractive trait that a man can have. And by developing it, you will, for one, be more dominant, and because of that, you'll be more attractive.